My wife said I never held hands with him. You are just paranoid, so I showed her the GPS proof that she spent 30 minutes at his house that night. I am Jake 40M, and honestly my life feels like a damn television show right now. My wife Emma 36F and I have been together for 5 years, got hitched last year. I work construction management. She does marketing for some tech startup downtown. We have had our ups and downs, but nothing major, you know. So Friday night Emma goes out with her work crew for Christmas drinks. I am home playing COD with my buddy Mike, when she texts around 11 p.m. saying she is hammered and taking an Uber home. Cool. Whatever. She stumbles in around 1 a.m., mumbles something about karaoke, and passes out. Saturday I am fixing our bathroom sink when I get this weird Instagram DM from some random account. No profile pic. Just says, hey, I work with Emma. Thought you should know she was all over this guy Tom at the bar last night. I am like, what the hell? So I show Emma the message. She goes pale and sits down hard. Jake, I was so wasted I honestly don't remember half the night, she says, looking genuinely confused. Did you hang out with this Tom guy? I ask. She actually pulls out her phone right there and checks her location history. Look, see, we went to Murphy's bar after the first place, then straight to the train station. I am looking at her phone, and sure enough, there is this hour gap at Murphy's before she heads to the station. At 10:40 p.m., let me see your texts, I say. She hands me the phone without hesitation. No sketchy messages. No Tom in her contacts. Nothing on Instagram or Facebook between them. Were you flirting with him? I ask. Emma sighs. Jake, we talked a lot because honestly he is the only person at work who doesn't bore me to death, but flirting. Number the person said you were holding hands. I don't remember that at all. If anything happened, it is because I was wearing those stupid heels and could barely walk. Then she drops this bomb. I know exactly who sent you that message. It is this psycho coworker Rebecca who hates my guts for some reason. Sunday we barely talked. The whole thing felt off, but I couldn't put my finger on why. Monday Emma comes home and casually mentions she talked to Tom about Friday night. He said we definitely weren't holding hands, she says while making dinner. Just walking arm in arm because I was stumbling around drunk. Why would Rebecca make up the hand-holding thing then? Emma rolls her eyes, because she is obsessed with Tom. She threw herself at him right after his divorce, and he shut her down hard. Now she sees threats everywhere. This actually makes sense to me. I ask about the bar though. Oh, we walked past Murphy's and there was this amazing blues band playing. Tom suggested we grab one drink before heading home. That is it. Tuesday Emma comes home with shopping bags. New dress? New shoes? What is the occasion? I ask. Company Christmas party Friday. Last week was just our department. This is the whole firm. I barely slept Tuesday night. Something was eating at me so Wednesday. I decided to message Rebecca back. Do you really think something's going on between them? I wrote. The response came back fast. Jake, they flirt constantly at work. Everyone notices. Emma was about to get fired for missing deadlines, but Tom vouched for her and saved her job. He protects her in every meeting. My stomach dropped, but then came the part that really got me. Also, Emma complains about you constantly, always saying how bored she is at home. How you never talk about anything interesting. Sorry you had to hear this. I am staring at my phone thinking, what the heck? I will be at the party Friday, Rebecca wrote. I will let you know if anything happens. Friday evening Emma, part of me wants to tell her not to go, but I don't want to be that guy. Around midnight Rebecca messages me. They barely talked at the party, but when everyone decided to bar hop around 11 p.m., Emma and Tom showed up at the second bar, almost an hour later. Just thought you should know. Emma gets home around 2:30 a.m., not as drunk this time, and goes straight to bed. I pretend I am asleep. Next morning, while she is showering, I check her location history again. After leaving the party, she took this weird detour to some residential area, stayed there 30 minutes. Then went to the bar. I screenshot the address and send it to Rebecca. She replies that morning. That is Tom's house. When Emma wakes up, I am sitting at our kitchen table with my coffee. Did you cheat on me last night? I ask straight up, Jake. What the hell? No. Then why did you go to Tom's house? Her face goes white. How do you? You are spying on me now. Your GPS doesn't lie, Em. You were at his place for 30 minutes. She starts crying. We went there to smoke a joint before hitting the bar. That is it. Nothing happened. Why lie about it then? Because I knew you would freak out exactly like this, she yells. I cannot even have male friends without you getting weird about it. I have never told you not to hang out with anyone. You don't have to say it, Jake. You get all moody whenever I mention going out with anyone who isn't a woman. I am sitting there trying to process this when she drops the bomb. I am going to stay at my sister's place. I need some space to think. She packs a bag and leaves. Will not answer my calls or texts all Sunday. Monday morning she comes back and sits down across from me. I cannot do this anymore, Jake. I want a divorce. I feel like I got punched in the gut. Are you leaving me for Tom? There is nothing going on with Tom, she says quietly. But your jealousy is killing us. You don't trust me. We barely talk about anything real anymore. I have been unhappy for months. She starts packing more clothes while I am begging her to talk this through. Did you at least try to work things out before giving up? I ask. Emma stops packing and looks at me. Jake, when is the last time we had a real conversation? When is the last time you asked me about my dreams or goals or anything deeper than what is for dinner? I couldn't answer because she was right. I am sorry it came to this, she says, heading for the door. But I am done. And that is where I am now. Emma's gone. I am probably spending Christmas alone, and I still don't know if she cheated or if I just destroyed my marriage with paranoia. But here is what is really messing with my head. If nothing happened, why lie about going to his house in the first place? Update 1, sorry for the delay. Had to help my dad with some electrical work at his place over the holidays. Guys, this whole situation just went completely sideways, and I honestly don't know what to think anymore. Emma blocked me on everything after she left. Wouldn't return my calls, ignored my texts, the whole deal. I ended up driving to my parents' place in Ohio for Christmas, because sitting in our empty apartment was driving me insane. Christmas Eve, I am at my folks' place when I get a security alert on my phone. Someone's at our apartment. I check the camera feed, and it is Emma, loading boxes into her car. I tried calling, but she didn't pick up. My parents kept asking when Emma was coming, and I finally told them we were getting divorced. They were shocked as hell, thought we were solid. What happened, son? My dad asked while we were working on his garage lights. She met someone else. Dad. I got back home the 27th of December, and half our stuff was gone. Her sister Lisa was giving me updates just to let me know Emma was alive, but wouldn't tell me where she was staying. We had plans to go to this New Year's party at our friend Dave's place. I went alone, hoping maybe she would show up, but obviously she didn't. Dave kept asking where Emma was, and I had to keep making excuses. Tuesday, I get another message from Rebecca. Thought you should know Emma and Tom arrived at work together this morning in his car. I didn't even respond. What was the point? Wednesday, Rebecca messages again. Emma's been turning everyone against me at work. Tom's trying to get me transferred to another department. I think I am going to get fired. Can you help me somehow? That is when I realized I needed to hear the truth straight from Emma. I texted her, we need to talk, please. No response. So Thursday, I called her work and asked for her extension. Jake. She sounded surprised and not happy. Can we meet up? I just need closure. She sighed. Fine. O'Malley's pub after work, but this is it. Okay. I got there at 5:30 and she showed up almost 6 p.m. She looked tired. Jake, I am sorry for how everything ended, she said, not making eye contact. I still care about you, but we both know this is for the best. Just tell me the truth about Tom. I see it happen between us while we were married. Rebecca says you guys flirt at work constantly. Rebecca is trying to destroy my career because Tom rejected her. She is obsessed with him. Then explained showing up together this morning. Emma went quiet for a long time. Finally, she spoke. After you accused me of cheating, I knew we were done. I went to Tom's place that weekend because I had nowhere else to go. We talked all night about everything. Work, life, relationships, and yeah, We realized we have feelings for each other. My heart was pounding. So you did cheat? No, Jake. Nothing physical happened until after I told you I wanted a divorce. But emotionally, yeah, maybe I checked out before I should have. Are you together now? Yes, and before you see it on Facebook or Instagram, I wanted you to hear it from me. He is actually outside waiting for me. I just stood up and walked out, couldn't even speak. Emma texted me later. I know you are hurt, but please don't do anything stupid. I blocked her number and spent the rest of the night getting drunk at my buddy Mike's place. Bro, you dodged a bullet. Mike kept saying. If she could do this to you, she would do it to anyone. But here is the thing that has been eating at me. Friday, I get a call from our fertility clinic. We had done IVF a few years back when Emma had some medical issues, and we have one frozen embryo still in storage. We wanted to confirm you are both still interested in maintaining storage. What did she ask specifically? Just questions about the consent forms and storage timeline. We told her the current agreement runs through March. I hung up with this sick feeling in my stomach. Emma always wanted kids more than anything. What if she is planning something? I called the clinic back and asked them to put a note on our file that any procedures require fresh consent from both parties. The nurse said that is already their policy, but she would add the note. I have no idea what Emma's thinking, but I have a really bad feeling about this whole thing. Update 2 guys. I honestly don't even know how to start this update. Remember that bad feeling I had about the fertility clinic? Well, I was right to be worried. 3 weeks ago, I am at my local bar watching the game when my buddy Dave comes over looking weird. Jake, man, I gotta ask you something, he says. Sitting down, Emma posted some photos on Instagram, and my girlfriend's asking questions. What kind of photos? Dave shows me his girlfriend's phone. It is Emma at some restaurant. Definitely pregnant. With the caption blessed and grateful for new beginnings. I nearly choked on my beer. When was this posted? Yesterday, dude, is that? I have no idea, I said, but my mind was racing. I drove straight home and called the fertility clinic. Spent 2 hours on hold before getting through to someone who could actually help. Mr. Anderson, I see here that your wife had an embryo transfer procedure 6 weeks ago, without my consent. Sir, the consent forms you both signed in 2022 are still valid. Your wife presented proper identification, and the procedure was completed successfully. I am freaking out at this point. But we separated in December. I never agreed to this. I understand your concern. Let me transfer you to our clinic manager. Another hour on hold. Finally, I get this woman who explains that when we postponed the procedure back in 2022 due to Emma's hormone issues, we signed paperwork that kept our consent active for up to 3 years. Your wife informed us in December that you had decided to pause the process, but she reactivated it in March with the original consent forms. She forged my signature? No, sir. These were the original documents you both signed. Technically, everything was done legally. I hung up and immediately called a lawyer my dad recommended. This guy specializes in medical law, and after hearing my story, he said I might have a case. The clinic should have required fresh consent given the significant time gap in your separation, he said. This is definitely worth pursuing. My lawyer brought in a specialist in reproductive law, and we basically argued that the clinic was negligent in not requiring updated consent given our changed circumstances. Last week, we reached a settlement. Plus, they updated their policies to require fresh consent for any procedures after more than 6 months. During all this legal stuff, I have been in contact with Emma for the first time since January. She has been coming to every lawyer meeting and doctor's appointment for the baby. When I asked her why she did it, she said, "Jake, I am 36 years old. This was my last chance to have a baby. When I got the settlement money, I saw it as a sign that I should go ahead. And honestly, after everything that happened with Tom, I didn't think you would want to be involved anyway." Here is the crazy part though. Emma broke up with Tom back in February. Apparently, the whole situation caused so much drama at work that she ended up quitting. Tom chose his career over defending her when things got messy. He showed his true colors when the pressure was on, she told me. Left me hanging when I needed support. Now she is 5 months pregnant with my kid and has no job, no relationship, and is living with her sister. She has been asking if we can work things out. Jake, I know I screwed up everything, but we are having a baby. Don't you think we owe it to him or her to try? I told her I needed time to think. My parents are over the moon about becoming grandparents, but they think Emma manipulated the situation. Son, if she could do this behind your back, what else is she capable of? My mom said. But here's what is messing with my head. Despite everything she put me through, I am actually excited about becoming a dad, and seeing Emma at these appointments, watching her light up during the ultrasounds. It is bringing back feelings I thought were dead. The baby's due in October and Emma's asked if I want to be in the delivery room. Part of me thinks I am crazy for even considering it. But this is my kid we are talking about. What would you guys do? Am I an idiot for thinking we might be able to make this work for the baby's sake? Final update. Alright guys, this is probably my last post about this whole mess, and I know some of you aren't going to like how this turned out. Back in June, I decided to give Emma another chance, not romantically at first, but as co-parents. She was broke, unemployed, and pregnant with my kid. Whatever she had done, I couldn't just abandon my child. I found us a 2-bedroom place, closer to my work, and Emma moved in around the start of her 3rd trimester. Separate bedrooms, just roommates preparing for a baby. Jake, I know, I don't deserve this, she said the day she moved in, but I promise I will earn back your trust. Those first few weeks were awkward as hell. We were polite, but distant, like strangers sharing an apartment. But slowly, we started talking again, about the baby, about practical stuff, then gradually about everything else. One night in August, Emma was having trouble sleeping because of the baby kicking. We ended up on the couch at 2 a.m. just talking. I need you to know something, she said. The thing with Tom, it was never about him. It was about feeling invisible in our marriage. You would come home from work and we'd talk about dinner or bills or television shows, but never about anything real. Why didn't you just tell me that? I tried, Jake. Remember when I suggested we take that cooking class together? Or when I wanted to plan a real vacation instead of just visiting your parents? You always had some excuse. She was right, and I knew it. I had gotten comfortable and stopped putting in effort. The night I went to Tom's house, nothing happened. She continued. But he listened to me complain about feeling lonely for 3 hours. When is the last time you did that? That conversation changed everything. We started really talking about our marriage, about what went wrong, about what we both wanted. Emma told me about the miscarriages we had had years earlier and how they had affected her mentally, how she had felt like a failure as a woman, how she had been scared to talk to me about it because I seemed to shut down whenever she brought up having kids. I thought you didn't want children anymore, she said. So I stopped trying to connect with you because it hurt too much. I told her about how scared I had been after each miscarriage, how I had felt helpless watching her go through that pain, how I had pulled away because I didn't know how to fix it. Our son Matthew was born the 15th of October, and everything changed the moment I held him. Emma and I were both crying, looking at this perfect little person we had created. Thank you, I whispered to her, for fighting for this, for giving us this gift. By December, we were sleeping in the same bed again, not because we planned it, but because late-night feedings turned into talking until sunrise, and it just felt natural. Last week, Emma asked if I wanted to get remarried. I know that sounds crazy after everything, she said. But we are different people now. We actually talk to each other. We are a team. I thought about it for days. This woman had put me through hell, gotten pregnant without my consent, turned my life upside down. Every rational part of my brain said to run, but when I look at Matthew, when I see how Emma lights up when she is with him, when I think about the conversations we have now compared to the surface-level stuff from before, I cannot imagine being anywhere else. Yes, I told her, but we are doing this right this time. Couples therapy, communication, the whole deal. Deal, she said, crying and laughing at the same time. We are planning a small ceremony next summer. Nothing fancy, just family and close friends. My parents think I am crazy, but they are coming around, especially since they are obsessed with their grandson. I know a lot of you probably think I am an idiot for taking her back. Maybe I am. But sometimes, Life doesn't follow the script you think it should. Sometimes people mess up so badly that it actually forces them to become better. Emma isn't the same person who lied to me and went behind my back. And I am not the same guy who took his wife for granted and stopped trying in his marriage. Matthew's 4 months old now, and every day with him feels like a gift. Yeah, it came about in the worst possible way, but I cannot regret the outcome. Thanks for following this journey with me. It has been one hell of a ride, but I think we are finally heading somewhere good. Happy New Year, everyone.